It's the first game, the battle for NorCal here at Capital Christian. Lincoln of Stockton versus the El Camino Eagles. Who will get the win in the initial battle for NorCal game? You'll find out next. Happy Saturday, wherever you may be. I'm Chris Babcock, and we're at Capital Christian High School. Well, we'll have 4 games for you today in the battle for NorCal. And the first game is Lincoln of Stockton, who's 10-2, against the El Camino Eagles. And joining me for all 4 games, Lauren Goodman. And Lauren, welcome, Happy New Year, and what kind of basketball game are we expecting today?
I think we're in store for a good one here. I think 2 teams really battle-tested throughout the year, and this is just another non-conference matchup that they'll get to test themselves and get ready throughout the season. So I think it's going to be a great one. Happy New Year to you as well, sir.
Thank you. And there will be some adjustments, to say the least, for El Camino. They're missing their leading scorer, and due to rules, etc. We're not going to get into names and etc. We're going to announce the ones that are here. Talking to Mamo Rafiq, the head coach for El Camino, his 3 keys to victory: confidence on offense, energy on D, and have fun. There's some guys starting today that probably aren't going to start and haven't started, but gives them a chance to play some basketball against great competition.
I think that's just the season now. We talked about it earlier. You're going to have to coach your entire roster up every single day. It's day-to-day and knowing what the status is of all these kids. And so kids are trying to stay healthy as possible. But I think it's true definition of the coach right now if they're able to get their entire team ready to play and believing in all 15 of their guys. And
we'll get into Lincoln of Stockton after the starting lineups. El Camino's 9-5, and they're 0-1 in league, and they're from the Capital Athletic League. And they'll be in their dark jerseys, and we'll get their starting lineups.
Number 3, Ivan Soto. Number 10, Mateen Rafi. Number 24, Jalen Newhouse. Rounding out the Eagles starting 5, number 32, Anthony Gutierrez.
The starters for the El Camino Eagles in their dark uniforms out of Sacramento. Now Lincoln of Stockton.
Number 2, Dennis Lindsay. Number 4, Anthony Moore. Number 15, Andre Warren. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Lincoln Trojans,
So when you start talking about Lincoln of Stockton, you have to talk about Miles Bird, commit to San Diego State University. He's averaging 17 points a game, nearly 7 rebounds, and nearly 3 steals. There are 3 keys to victory. Guard the shooters, be patient in the zone, and stay disciplined on defense. Lincoln of Stockton. Our officials, Lamarck Barkley, Brian Broadway, and Russ Patty. And Lauren, you were talking about coaching your full depth of your roster, and those are the perspective things that coaches have to understand. Just dealing with everything that everybody's dealing with, basically.
Yeah, there's no consistency every single day. Like I said, it's something that is out of the hands and control of all the coaches, so it's essential that they coach everybody up at this time so that they can still be effective and efficient.
So the second leading scorer and the leading scorer on the floor for El Camino is Mateen Rafiq, number 10. He's averaging nearly 16 a game. A failed opportunity for an alley-oop, but Lincoln recovers, and they're up 2-zip.
And you see the immediate pressure from Lincoln, picking up pretty much half-court man-to-man. Good rotations and switches on everything right now. It's really tenacious D. Good start for Lincoln.
They're averaging 66.58 points per game, and they're only giving up 48.58 points per game. You hate to see that. You're playing such good pressure D, and then you do the bailout right near the end of the shot clock.
And that's why most coaches pressure or put impact on. You got to play defense for 35 seconds, and that's where you got to stay locked in and disciplined. It resets the shot clock, and it gives El Camino a new possession.
There's another foul. Clearly has some ability to guard there, but then 10 seconds, it's a near backcourt turnover. It reaches for the foul, and then, the press is being effective already, but they got to remain early in the game, too many fouls.
And that may be a conversation from either the players or the coach. Just, it seems like Lincoln is playing more aggressive right now. The officials are setting the tone and what can happen for the rest of the game. So just a conversation with the officials to see what they see so they can make those corrections in defense and still apply pressure.
But if you're with me, you'd rather tame a Trojan than kick a mule, right?
Of course.
So they're good that they're playing with passion on the defensive end. Newhouse at the elbow. 10 on the shot clock.
El Camino has to get something to the basket, but good trap by Lincoln right there. No foul, good jump ball call, good defense by Lincoln.
So you waited for the opportunity. Watch, nobody's reaching until the opportunity right there when you bring the ball down to your waist.
And it started, though, with good defense from Lincoln, keeping their hands high, which allowed that trap to happen. And then that's what happens with El Camino. If you get into those trap corners, teams that pressure like Lincoln does, they're going to take advantage of it like they did on that last possession.
So if El Camino's measuring this by time of possession like we do in football, they'd be happy right now. They've had the ball, it seems like, for more than a minute here just in this possession.
Which may be effective in the long run.
Yes.
They just got to get some buckets in.
Shot clock violation, and it's Lincoln's basketball, but early press. And although there was a couple of fouls in between, playing with pressure and get the ball back.
And if you're Coach Anthony Matthews right now, you're really happy with how your team is playing and applying pressure. That was almost a minute worth of defense, and they played really well.
So he was expecting maybe to see some zone today, but seeing some man-to-man early on, Bird for 3, in and out, rebounded by El Camino.
And El Camino has to go. You see Lincoln immediately picking up full court. Do not sit back and wait because you already know they're going to run and gun.
So that moment of hesitation just allows them to set up their press off a miss.
The best opportunity for El Camino to be successful, and there's a 5 count. Great defense on the top by Lindsay, applying that pressure and getting that 5 count.
So Soto, number 3, called for on the 5-second call. He's averaging nearly 12 a game, 2.1 assists, but you're going to see them attack. If you sit back, and as Lauren has described, they're going to prey on you. Trying to do too much, and it's a turnover, and coming the other way is Newhouse. Goes to the basket, stripping ball out of bounds.
And I want to see Newhouse be a little bit more aggressive there. Good defense and applying pressure. You see, got to punch in on the swing, but push to the middle so you can have option to either go right or left. Trying to get back to that middle, kind of got that ball tipped out.
I'm Chris Babcock, joined by Lauren Goodman, and we've got a timeout. You're watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was meeting new people, because I thought there was going to.
So timeout, Coach Rafiq, and we can hear him from over here, Lauren. Attack the basket.
And that's because the pressure that Lincoln is applying right now, when pressure is close, you want to put the ball on the floor and get to the basket, maybe get some contact fouls, and then essentially that'll build up to getting one-on-ones and getting to the free throw line, kind of slowing the game down and getting another way to score the basketball.
But you want to miss a shot. You don't want to turn the ball over.
Yep.
The coach is figuring out from downtown and is good. Rafiq averaging nearly 16 a game, 7.4 rebounds and nearly 5 assists. Son of the coach, just a sophomore.
And El Camino is full of young talent. They have really made a surgence here in this Sacramento area, been making noise all December with some of those key wins that they got, as well as playing some of the opponents that they've played. So I'm really impressed in just keeping this game close right now, 3-2. That's really impressive by El Camino, and just keeping it close because we know at any moment Lincoln can break the door open.
And here's the zone, and watch for the high, and they'll attack through the high post. Or just go alley-oop. A lot of attention at the high post, but then Bird running the baseline.
High post attention, and you see Lindsey getting another one. Bird taking flight. Try to get a little razzle-dazzle there, but I like the contact. And I think there's an interference, and here's that alley-oop on that last play. The short corner wide open, and it started with that high post screen, drawing attention, left the baseline wide open.
You can't take the cheese. You got to know the man is right along the baseline and have vision on him. Sure to make that step, but you have to keep that shoulder open and watch for that baseline runner.
But that's technically the wing person's fault because he had two. You got to pay attention to baseline communication. It's the backside's job to communicate to that middle person, hey, you got to see short corner, but it's also having your head on the swivel and keeping those peripherals available so that you can see that short corner dive, because that's almost automatic. When the ball goes to the high post, there's going to be a short corner cut.
Bird splits the free throws. And they'll press, and it's a turnover. And Bird from the baseline.
And Bird on a little run himself right here, but nobody looking towards the basket for El Camino. Don't retreat back. You just beat the press, and here's Bird, another one. Take flight, young fella.
So it was 3-2 with 5:07. That was the first basket and lone basket for El Camino. But once you have the defense off balance, you still got to attack. When you pause and wait, the defense gets to recover.
And when they're beat, you got to attack. That's why Coach was screaming in that last timeout, attack. They're getting opportunities where they're changing speeds or changing directions. Lincoln is biting, but they're also retreating back, which is allowing Lincoln to reset their defense and reload.
Gavin Martinez, number 12, checks in. Number 22, Ryan Navone, in for Lincoln as well. And Taylor Bryant Frey, those are substitutes for Lincoln of Stockton in their white uniforms. Screen, turns it over. And that's Jaron Hardy just in for Coach Rafiq. 10-3 here. 3:35 left in the first quarter. First of 4. Our next game at 2 p.m. is Edison of Stockton versus Capital Christian. Bird, see you later. Blocked by the rim.
And you see that Lincoln pressure just all over, tenacious. And El Camino has to do a better job of getting out of the corner. Good push. Got to make that count, though.
Salim Rafiq goes to the basket, has patience, just needs to finish. He's right there. But the value of that timeout of just press, attack the press. Don't let them attack you. Another substitution. Andrew Millara, number 1's in for Lincoln. Anthony Martinez, the head coach for Lincoln, 3rd season, hired in 2019. Very successful girls basketball coach recently at Bear Creek. Their 2 losses are to Clayton Valley and Mitty. And Lauren, you'll appreciate 2 shots in the paint, a third, and it's a first Wilsonberger.
Good powerful block there.
Serve back hot. My first Wilsonberger of 2022, Bird for 3. But they have a redemption win against Clayton Valley on December 30th and beat them 54-49. When previously they lost to them in November, 72-53, and we got a player control foul. And you got to like coming off the bench and playing a little defense and taking the charge.
And I think he should have pulled up there just a little bit sooner. Just shoot the little jumper. You don't have to kick to the corner, even though that was a good idea. Great defense right there by Lincoln.
So a young player does that. You hope the next time that opportunity comes up, they hit the little pull-up from 8 and finish.
And you see some patience right here, screening at that high top of the zone. Bodies on the ground right now. I like the intensity and the hustle from Lincoln.
Timeout on the floor. You're watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. At 3-2. 10-3 Lincoln. They're showing patience on offense and being very effective with their press, Lauren.
Press is really impressive right now, and they got a pretty deep bench. That's something that's leading to most teams' success in this time in this season. It's good where you can rotate 5-5-5, fresh legs, and the confidence in this team right now is really impressive. Lincoln playing with a lot of confidence.
Coming off the bench, he hasn't scored yet. Andrew Maora takes the charge down here, gets the steal underneath the basket. He just came into the game.
And that's when everybody's playing their role and playing their part.
All right, so there's the high post attack that Coach Matthews and I were talking about before the game. He said, we got to attack the zone. I said, Coach Matthews, you going to attack through the high post? Oh, most certainly. I loved attacking through the high post.
And just a little bit of patience there, getting it in. And it was almost just realizing that he was open. He didn't really look to initially shoot, turn around, pass, and that's just something, an advantage of getting the ball to the high post. Getting the ball to the middle of the court is the most important thing when you are facing a zone.
And I said, are you going to lie? You know, Lyon's not good away from the court, but on the court or on the field is really good. And that ball fake, that foot fake, head fake, something deceiving to get that defense to go off balance. And there you go again. Malara just with his hands creating the turnover or forcing the turnover for Lincoln. Hasn't scored, but he's done 3 really good things that builds the trust of the coach to give you more playing time.
And that's sometimes the difference maker when you're in that second and that third rotation. You got to take advantage of your opportunities, whether it's offensively or defensively.
Here's the zone.
Good pass!
Is there a little line going on?
Little sauce on that one finished by Moore.
Little line going on by Andre Warren, averaging nearly 5 assists a game. And the layup, that's the first basket by El Camino since the 5:07 mark in the quarter.
And that pressure still picking up, but El Camino doing a good job of trying to turn the corner.
Elijah Holmes called for the reach-in. Coach Rafiq, in his 3rd season, UC Davis grad. Their last game, they lost to Capital Christian 49-44. They have lost 3 in a row. 60 points a game, giving up nearly 50. 5 of their losses. Basket doesn't go. A drive and a finish and a foul.
And El Camino's being very aggressive. They just cannot finish a bucket right now, and they have to do a better job. See a good hard attack there, just not able to follow, but great job of attacking to the offensive board and getting there again. But some of those little layups got to start falling in so you can chip away from this.
But
lead.
I appreciate Newhouse. You see a lot of high school kids that miss a shot like that. They go into we talk about Gumby shoulders, bad body. He just kept playing. Tipped it out to Hardy, who was at the 3-point arc. He goes attack mode and gets fouled and he'll get a couple of free throws. But we were talking about this before the game. El Camino's, their 5 losses by 3, by 2 in overtime, by 1, by 22 and 5. But what's it mean about you got to learn to lose before you learn to win?
Yep, absolutely. You got to get some of those tough ones out of there. It's always better. But you see Lincoln trying to get a shot here in the last 35, moving the ball really well right now.
Bird gets caught up in the air but finds a teammate down in the corner. Excuse me. I turned down Lauren's mic. That's a sin. Should be turning off mic. We had somebody in our eye view.
And that pressure again coming from Lincoln, not holding back. 18 seconds. El Camino can really take advantage of this and end the quarter well.
I mean, you get a bucket here, you're down by 6.
There
and
we
they
go.
do. Soto on demand.
A little sloppy there by Lincoln. Got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball right there, but
and that's no good. Lincoln leads El Camino 14-8. You're watching the battle for NorCal Sports, the battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCES TV Summer Basketball Camp.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school. So it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games, yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the 3.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills?
Beautiful
I have the
finish.
chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
So it's 14-8, Lincoln over El Camino. Coming up next, is Edison versus Capital Christian. That'll be at 2 o'clock right here on NorCal Sports TV. So, Lauren, took them nearly 3 minutes to get their first field goal, and that being El Camino. Then went another 4 minutes without scoring, but find themselves only down 6 here at the start of the second quarter.
They've definitely played team basketball, played really hard. Lincoln kind of got in their rotation early, and El Camino took advantage of it.
El Camino switches to man-to-man. Bird is fouled.
And you can see the San Diego State commit doing a really good job right there of getting in position, taking advantage of the mismatch in the zone, posting up on the lower defender, and getting a foul call there.
16 fouls on Lincoln, 4 on El Camino.
And you see it again, Bird posting up, double team, try to come in that zone, forcing them to pass out.
3 hard off the glass, 4 with the putback. That's more. And then a finish. And then we've got bodies.
Moore did a really good job of getting that offensive rebound and finding Bird. Kind of like came down kind of funny on that foot, kind of probably tingly on that last bucket, but you see they're walking right back into that press. Every opportunity, every dead ball they get, Lincoln is right in it and applying that pressure.
Newhouse, then you stop your dribble in the corner, and it's another turnover, and it's 3-on-2, and the loop and the finish. Doesn't go, but the putback does by Lindsay.
Lindsay, good follow there. I think Bird still had a little tingle in his foot from that last bucket, but you see, right back for the easy lay.
Please don't stand there.
And El Camino getting a break right here, that press, and there's a hold call.
6:56 left, and it'll be free throws the other way for the rest of the quarter. So for Lincoln, we've got Bird, Bryant, Fry, Lindsay,
First free throw, good.
Moore, and Holmes. That's Lincoln in their white uniforms. And Rafiq makes the free throws. It's 20-10. And you got Soto, Gutierrez, Hardy, and Newhouse for El Camino. Back in the zone.
In the zone, effective as Rafiq gets the kick there, and that's okay. You just want to delay. 8 seconds left on the clock, really having to put the pressure on Lincoln to execute right now on the sideline inbound.
Frank Lopez Jr. checks in. Fresh shot clock. And then we've got an illegal screen called on Holmes.
And that was a good play. If Holmes stays in position right there and is able to successfully get that screen across, they were trying to get a skip across for the shooter. That was a really good play. You just got to stay in position and not try to fight through those screens.
Yeah, get a little room. Let that person you're screening at least face you. And then here we go, showtime. 2-on-1.
Get fly. Nice little show and go. He was looking for some contact there. No foul, but the easy lay.
Hardy breaks the press, picks up his dribble, gets it to Newhouse. 22-10. Lopez underneath the basket, misses. Great opportunity, got to take advantage. More the other way.
Good strong rebound by Moore. Nobody stops you. Go coast to coast, young fella. I like it.
Zero hesitation, and here's the replay.
And nobody stops him, and that's a problem, El Camino. You got to stop the basketball sooner. As soon as you touch half court, you should be turning around, looking for the basketball, trying to locate. And it's not who's your man at that point. In transition, it's stop the ball first, and then everybody kind of spread out to who they're supposed to guard.
So Soto's got to get a couple of feet there in the paint and stop that dribble, and if they take the wing shot, then you've done your job. The finish by Moore. It was 14-8 at the end of one, and it's a 11-2 run for Lincoln. And then we've got a timeout. All right, so Luis, we want to be able to bring you these games, and we need more subscribers. And get a little graphic, and it's real easy to subscribe. We're not going to send you any spam emails, ask you for any money. Just subscribe so we can get more subscribers, and we go to our partners and say we want to do more games. And it's easy. It's just a click and a click. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/NorCalSportsTV. I've been asking for 10,000 subscribers, and I feel like, you know what, I'm a pretty good salesman, so a lot of Asphalt have for 20-plus years, and Lauren, we can't get 10,000 subscribers. Maybe you can help me.
We need to get some subscribers, guys.
Maybe I need to get your assistance today.
I think we should set a challenge for ourselves. I know everybody's watching live. I know people are watching on Instagram. We have to get a certain number of subscribers today.
Please.
We have been tuning in, giving you the best coverage in the West Coast, covering some great basketball games, football games all over. Go ahead and just hit the subscribe button. Most of you coaches are watching, getting film from this. Just go ahead and hit subscribe.
Attacking and fouled is Rafiq, and he'll go to the free throw line. But here's an example of attacking, as you had mentioned earlier, putting the ball on the floor and getting after it.
And so earlier, the officials really set the tone, right? They called 2 quick touch fouls.
Yep.
And so that showed what to El Camino. Continue to be aggressive because the officials are necessarily on your side right now. Lincoln has not made an adjustment, and now you see Rafiq hitting that first. He has really finally clicked in his mind. Continue to attack, continue to turn the corner, and hopefully we'll end up at the free throw line, and that's why they're in the bonus right now.
Splits the free throws, and so they've had a couple of times, layups at the basket they've missed. You miss a free throw here. I mean, there's 5 or 6 points. You know, you're within double figures, but then you don't get back on D, and Moore works his magic along the baseline.
And that's what can't happen. You can't have any success like here, beating the press easily. Be aggressive. Rafiq showing something in his basket. I'd like to stop and pop by the young fella. And a little pressure here returned by El Camino.
So talking to Coach Rafiq before the game, we got to keep things in perspective and have some fun and go out and play hard.
Good show and go right there for the layup by Warren.
He's averaging 11 points a game, nearly 5 assists. Andre Warren. Keep going.
Good strong cradle. But again, that's the second time he's cradled it, and it hasn't protected it. So, I mean, I'm not a football person, but you got to get that ball in there secure and make sure it's not getting slapped out, or there's no point of doing the cradle.
You say you're not a football person because you didn't play football. That doesn't mean you're not a football person. You've done your share of football, but yeah, you're seeing some improvement attacking the basket. I know they're down by, 14 points, but you see them, and that's that coaching. Hey, push, guys, and then they seeing it. They just got to do a better job on the defensive end. They've given up 3 baseline runners today, and I can't count past 3, so maybe there's more. But got to get it back into the game on the defensive end.
Absolutely, they got to get stops. You can't keep scoring. They seem like they found a recipe, but they got to get stops, and they're applying pressure. They got to get back, and there you go. That pressure causing an inadvertent turnover, travel by Lincoln, and that's how you stop it. You score a bucket, you get a stop. You got to kind of build on that scenario.
So that's the effectiveness of the zone press. Sure, of course, I'd love to get a steal and get a layup, but you're trying to break timing. And so their first time they've shown the press, and they get a turnover off it. So job well done. Now seeing they get points off the turnover, they don't, and Bird rebound and go the other way.
Warren just got to go straight up and finish that. The young guy is good in it, but then you give up a 3 in transition by Brian Ferd, and that can't happen.
So Bird pushes the ball up the court, and Brian Ferd with the 3, and it's 32-16. You're watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. 32-16. Lincoln has outscored El Camino in this quarter, 18-8. Rafiq misses the layup.
A lot of contact on that, but they letting him play. Bird, nice leak out. Good defense right there by Rafiq. Way to get back in transition.
And Newhouse with the finish.
Finally, Newhouse just taking it to the rack. No thought process. Good finish by him.
I think that El Camino's got to make this a little ugly. I mean, get out and just attack. Go and, sure, you might make some mistakes, but I think you force Lincoln, maybe try to play a little faster. But then you got to watch that because Berg gets loose and more.
And it has to be strategic for El Camino. Do it in doses. You don't have to continue to play hectic. Sometimes you may have to fall back in the zone to keep your guys fresh. But right now they're in a good position. And you see Lincoln even took off some of that pressure to get their guys back in that half-court D. And there's Rafiq again.
Now averaging nearly 16 a game, and he's been in attack mode here since about the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Bird comes and gets the basketball.
But there's our guy, Malera, again, getting an offensive rebound. Littlest guy on the floor right now, getting an offensive rebound and a second chance for Lincoln.
Long on that shot, and the rebound and a chance to get within double digits. Well, within 10. Drive and kick.
And there he is again. Rafiq's having a huge quarter right now. Young sophomore putting the El Camino Eagles on his back.
32-23. And Lincoln will have a hockey substitution on the next dead ball.
And we absolutely understand why. And another travel, and you see we talked about it over 2 minutes ago, just chipping away. El Camino has done a good job in this end of this quarter to successfully get stops and turn them into baskets. And some of those baskets have been threes, and that's why you see this run by El Camino right now at the end of the second.
More Martinez, Bird, Lindsay, and Bryant Fry. And it could be Frey. We'll try to get that, find out at halftime.
And good patience, but El Camino turned the corner. There's no reason why we're in a handoff zone, and you see them clearing off and giving Rafiq space to create.
High post, Hardy. Looks like a mismatch, but good defense. Bryant Frey with the Wilsonburger.
And that's his second Wilsonburger of the day. He seems like he's hungry for defense, and he's making a good presence, and not with an extreme amount of height. He is pounding it back in some people's faces.
So a Wilsonburger, if you're just joining us for the first time, is a block shot. It's a Wilson basketball. It's got a salty, leathery taste when it's blocked back at you, thus the Wilsonburger. 32-23, and it looked like this game was getting away. But the defense, we said we came back from a commercial, so we had to turn it up defensively, and they have. And then Rafiq going attack mode. The youngster, the sophomore, playing with a lot of confidence.
11 points in this quarter, and that's contributed to this run El Camino has had. And they've really played team basketball, moving the ball really well, making Lincoln work once they get past the half court. And again, it starts with handling that press, being able to control the press, take care of the basketball. And then once you get into the half court set, you have an opportunity to link up. And you see Bird right now getting his team together because he understands the magnitude of if El Camino can close this quarter out with a run, it may be closer than they want it to be.
Exactly. And El Camino's down some players today. Their leading scorer, notably, and a rough start, but they have just played with confidence. And Martinez with another Wilsonburger. But then the three from the corner.
And impressive.
Soto
sticking with it, not being deterred after his shot was blocking, knocking down that three, making this a 6-point game, and another turnover by Lincoln. It's all Eagles in this second quarter.
This is a definition of next play, Lauren, right? Got a shot block.
Tipped it to himself, leaning back. That was some nastiness right there. Nice wet ball right there.
I mean, You just got a Wilson burger, and you don't even have a chance to digest it. You go get the loose ball and go attack mode. 6-point game.
Go to the basket hard.
And he does.
And they've had opportunities. Lincoln has not done an adjustment yet. They kept pursuing, and Newhouse just taking it to his shoulder
Frey
and getting the
misses.
bucket.
Long rebound to El Camino.
And El Camino, Rafiq, push middle, young fella. Nobody stops him.
Can't get that to fall. Love how that young man plays.
And Rafiq wanting that one back. I know he pushed the tempo there, just falling short, but
he didn't take an evaluation. He just went and got after it. Ball out of bounds to Lincoln.
And it's been all El Camino here, pushing and fighting and clawing and getting back in out of that valley.
They're on, El Camino's on a 12-0 run right now.
Yep. And you see patience, just trying to get one shot. Rafiq's going to have to do a really good job of locking in against the San Diego State commit. Oh, and almost turnover, but tip. And it goes to Lincoln.
They shouldn't have reset the clock, though. They shouldn't have reset the clock. Officials are set. I love it. I love it. So we're letting the shot clock wind down to, well, where it stops, we'll let you know. I'm Chris Babcock. Thanks for joining us here on NorCal Sports TV with Lauren Goldman. And should be like maybe 2 seconds, maybe 3. 6 seconds. I got that wrong again. Bird. Bryant Frey.
Frey short. But they got to go.
So, El Camino was down by 16. They go on a 12-0 run to end the quarter to make it 32-28 in the first game of the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV. Our second game is Edison of Stockton versus host Capital Christian. Follow us on our social media platform at NorCal Sports TV, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we're going to just show you, and then we'll take a commercial break. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/NorCal Sports TV. It's as easy just as it's just a click. That's it, and we'll bring these games to you live, HD, live or on replay here on NorCal Sports TV. It's 32-28. You're watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there was going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second, has another shot, puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for three. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
What's your favorite part of this camp so far?
My favorite part is meeting new people, such as teammates and old friends that came earlier.
I really like the one-on-one training. The coaches really tried to get like the connections with the kids during the camp, so I think that was a really good part of it.
I liked the drills, the ball handling drills, and shooting drills.
I think, one thing that's very underrated here at the camp was like meeting new people, because I thought there's going to be like very little people here from all around here, but there's people from Oakland, there's people from Atascadero, way far, and just got to meet new people. I really liked it. I was enjoying it. It was fun.
How was camp for you, Blake?
It was really fun.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp?
The atmosphere. Just being out here, feeling close to nature. Like, I woke up in the morning from getting my award for the 6 a.m. practices. I woke up in the morning, I saw 3 deer just pass by. I got a video. It was really cool. And I love the atmosphere. I love the coaches. I love everybody here. Everybody's here to get better. Everybody's here to have fun. And, I like the competitiveness as well. So.
(32-28) Lincoln, El Camino 12-0 run to end the second quarter. And Lauren, what do we have as far as scoring in the first half for both teams?
Well, it seems like Rafiq led all scorers with his 20 or 15 in that first, and then Bird as well leading all scorers for Lincoln. He had 14. So, pretty even matchup for start power, and really impressed by Rafiq with stepping up to the load, even though having players missing tonight. It's really going to be impressive of Lincoln and how they respond. Obviously, Cole was most attentive in that halftime locker room talk. That's who'll make this run first.
So they had about a 5-minute adjusting period, about a 6-minute adjusting period for El Camino. Then they adjusted to the press, got better offensively, and then the last 3 minutes of the second quarter, they really stepped up things defensively.
And that's something sometimes happens when you get rotations. Lincoln rotated a little bit more. They were trying to figure out what was working. And in that process, El Camino stayed true to their core, who they had in the game, as well as stayed true to what they were doing. They just had buckets fall in that were missing in the first, as well as they were more aggressive to the basket.
So stay with the game plan. Just keep doing it, and then things will fall.
Absolutely. And you see good rotation here by Lincoln. Go to the basket. You got to finish that one, young fella. And there's been a lot of chippies missed, those close-range baskets. And you see Lincoln picking up full court. Lindsey doing a really good job today on picking up the ball full court. He just touched on that rotation spin and picked up another foul right there.
Backcourt violation. And again, it's about the last 3 minutes of the second quarter where El Camino went on a 12-0 run. That's extended to this third quarter. Now alley-oop to Bird, and he's fouled. And
And that's because there's no communication on the back line of the zone. You see, everybody's just hands down. Nobody's talking here. And then there's easy clear. No pressure on the basketball. It's two folds here. You have to have pressure on the basketball to prevent that pass, as well as communication on the back line of the zone, as we see Bird knocking his first.
But you could see Warren was looking along the baseline. So, okay, you got the baseline runner once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Those free throws by Bird at the 7:13 mark snap a 12-0 run, but then finishing at the basket is Gutierrez, getting a start today and finishing strong at the hoop.
And Lindsay knocking in one.
Lindsay for 3. Doing what he does. Rafiq now has 18. Warren, back rim. Gutierrez didn't get enough room on the defensive rebound. It's an offensive rebound and an and one opportunity for Anthony Moore.
And Moore, again, he has been really a secret weapon for Lincoln, being able to rebound as good as he has today. The second chance opportunity swap back, which they reward the young kid getting the ball back, and he gets to finish and one.
So if you're an undersized post person, Lauren, it's one thing to block out, right? But you got to block out with some space.
You got to push back. You got to push the gut back, and that was a really good second chance effort, because even though that was a good box out by El Camino, he had length and no hands up, so he was able to tip that one.
So Gutierrez is in the right position, but then didn't execute the block out, and it's a 3-point play for the Trojans.
And you see that pressure again. Talked about it. Lindsay, one of those top pressures. Your press is only as good as your top person. In Lincoln, you can tell why they're really impressive based off Lindsay's tone. And a punch out there. Good hands by the guard.
3-on-2, and Warren gets caught under the basket, kicks out for a 3. No good. And a great position by Taylor Bryant Fry. Got a little information at halftime. Warren under the basket and kicks out for the 3.
Nobody boxes Fry out. Nobody boxes him out, and he just tracks the ball really well for an undersized big. Lincoln does a really good job of maximizing those two positions between Bryant Fry and Moore.
So we were talking at right at the end of halftime of Lincoln getting back to that energy that they put out at the start of the game, and get that back going, and they have, and the lead's back up to 8 with an opportunity to go to 9. And Fry's had a couple, 3 block shots tonight as well, and gets the hometown roll here in Sacramento, and the lead's pushed back up to 9, and then not a good decision by Holbert to reach in.
And you know what's really impressive about these bigs is Bryant Fry and Moore, they have a really soft touch at the free throw line. They've really made majority of their free throws, haven't missed. And Lincoln's only missed 1 free throw today. So that's really impressive by a team who's really defensive-minded to go to the free throw line and shoot such a high percentage.
Newhouse with the basketball over to Hardy. Rafiq from downtown, long rebound. Gets it to Holbert.
And somebody
Actually,
from
that's
El
Lindsay.
Camino,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lauren.
Somebody from El Camino better stop the basketball, because when Lincoln pushes in transition, it's deadly.
Speaking of soft touch, Bryant Fry. You reached in, big fella. Just go and attack that spot and keep their hands to yourself.
But you rarely see a guy his size picking up full court. That's also impressive, because they can rotate better on handoffs and screens like that, because every guy can pretty play much interchangeable.
It was a 4-point lead at halftime, but now it's 11, and we've got a timeout. Coach Rafiq Sensen needs a timeout and a reorganizational meeting, and he'll get that. You're watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. So Coach Rafiq, he's been very strategic with his timeouts today, and I think this was a good chance to take one as they now trail by 11. It's been a 12-5 start for the Trojans to start the third quarter.
All Trojans thus far in the second half of play. And El Camino gets a 5 count out of the timeout. Not good. If you're a coach, and you see Coach Rafiq took his mask down on that last play, there is no way. Screen's not accurate, not touching a body or finding a body, and then it's guards. Guards, be aware. You can't be so locked in to want to score that we don't get the ball in. So you have to come back to the basketball if the screens don't work. You see a nice dip down there for Bryant Frey.
Look away, Mr. Warren, and Bryant Fry with the baseline cut, and that's 6 times. The weak side help just has not been there. The tip out, the run out, and the finish.
Travel all day long.
Watch the segment here by Taylor Bryant Fry. Watch the tip out.
And good hustle.
Another tip out by his teammate. The finish, you got to get that. But us coaches, we get triggered off mistakes like that off the timeout.
Absolutely. Hence why Coach Rafiq took his mask off, because he was definitely frustrated. And if you call a timeout, we have to execute. And those are just another play of even you didn't get a shot attempt up, so we didn't even get to the execution of why I called timeout.
Hardy, Bryant Fry with the chicken strip. 46-33, a little two-man game. And Moore tries to get the block shot, and Hardy will get a couple of free throws.
And surprisingly enough, that's the first foul on Moore. He's done a really good job of protecting the rim on the backside, but Gutierrez just getting a little dump in to Hardy, and Hardy getting the contact to get to the free throw line.
13-point lead. In and out. 14-5 to start the third quarter here from Capital Christian. The battle for NorCal. Our next game at 2 o'clock will be Edison of Stockton against Capital Christian. I'm Chris Babcock with Lauren Goodman here on NorCal Sports TV. Misses both free throws.
And that's unfortunate there. Not able to get anything away from that.
Little zone look here for El Camino.
And right now, automatically Hardy drop into the short corner because you have the best player on the floor in your area.
Rebound by Rafiq. And he'll get pressure in the backcourt. Bird guarding Rafiq. Turnover, can't get the ball across half court, and
you see some frustration setting in with the young sophomore. But we've got to also understand, hence what happened last year, he's really a freshman on the court right now, and some of the mistakes that he's making right now is because he's young, and he has to be more locked in as a point guard and as a leader right now for his team if they want to get back in it. But great pass on the low end from Lincoln, and you see good ball rotation.
They got the defense off balance, and they never allowed them to reset. And here comes a showtime opportunity. Nice defense by Rafiq.
Good job by Warren in following that basket and getting the tip in.
But where are the other green jerseys? And nice defense by Rafiq, but needed some help. Kick out. The three from the baseline is short, rebounded by Holmes. Malara, and then Martinez is long, and a rebound by Lopez Jr., and then we've got a foul on the rebound.
His first, team fifth, Eagle ball.
So you can't score if you don't get the ball across half court. Rafiq.
And again, that pressure You see immediate, and that's what I was talking about earlier. They can switch on any rotation. Good dump down low, unfortunately unable to make, but Brian Fry can come out and switch on any one of those jumps, and that's where the confusion and the frustration is, because now you have a bigger body guarding you, and he's bumping those guards out from where they want to be at.
But you've got to make some progress towards the basket when it really gets down to it. When you break that press, get some progress towards the basket.
And the reason why that progress is not happening, you see the dump in down low, Moore getting another basket easy. That progress can't happen because of the switch. See again here. They're in it. They're going to make a switch here if they go on ball screen, and that jump off is getting cut off really well. Lincoln not allowing the turnover or being able to switch corners, and you see here pressure. Everybody jumped in help side, and that's why El Camino hasn't been successful in turning the corner, but we see the knockdown by Newhouse from the top.
Newhouse, and that snaps a 12-0 run of themselves by Lincoln. Another high post entry, and that's just three consecutive possessions where they've ended up with a high post entry, getting the defense off balance, and this is something we talked to Coach Matthews before the game. That high post entry and attack, and Moore at the free throw line, shooting 2. He's just a freshman.
Really talented.
And a couple of years ago, we did a lot of Lincoln, and it was more than a couple of years ago, but Andre Kelly and Ezekiel Holman, Kelly at Cal, Holman at City College of San Francisco. They're just a high school that's always producing athletes. Moore splits the free throws, and it's a 17-point lead.
And it's been all Lincoln in this third. Another quick foul.
21-8, Lauren, in this quarter. They've outscored them. That being Lincoln. Need to get him going.
Turn the corner, keep going. You got down low, but again, good hands by Lincoln, just getting a deflection, and I think it's going to stay El Camino's basketball.
Ball out of bounds to El Camino. El Camino 9-5, 0-1 in the Capital Athletic League. Lincoln 10-2. 1-0 in the Tri-City Athletic League. Hardy misses. The putback doesn't go, and there's the freshman Moore around the basket. I think he got poked in the eye.
And again, El Camino just not able to successfully finish those chippies. That was a good move by Hardy, getting the spin cycle in, and then unable to finish. And then they even get a second chance opportunity, and they weren't able to complete it.
There's had to be at least 5 times today that when El Camino has been at the point-blank range and hasn't been able to get the ball in the basket. Less than a minute here in the third quarter. Bird's been pretty quiet in this quarter. Elbow jumper doesn't go, rebounded by Gutierrez. That time getting a little more elbow room under the basket.
And Newhouse turned the corner, good pass and fine down low. But again, another tip deflection and turnover. Bird pushing in transition, trying to find somebody.
Bad pass. Newhouse the other way.
And I think a big reason why Bird has been able to just keep things afloat is he's had really big performances in this fourth quarter. It's been all pretty much Moore and Brian Fry, and they played really well in this quarter, and then they've gotten supporting cast from Warren being able to tip in some buckets, as well as Lindsey and his amazing defense. So it's been a full team collective here in this third quarter for Lincoln.
Nice drive and the finish.
Nobody there in the help side. Warren just picks up an easy 2.
About as easy of 2 as we've seen today. That pressure continues by Lincoln. Newhouse, the wild shot doesn't go, and it's 36 at the end of 3. We'll bring you the fourth quarter. After this, you're watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
My favorite part was just competing and meeting new people. You know, I'm always with my team, like practicing in high school, so it was good to come out and meet new people and play against them and and meet some college coaches.
And the dribbling with the Sacramento Kings coach, that was really fun. Meeting new people, making new friends. The games, I love playing games. Yeah.
Just to be able to practice on my moves.
My favorite part of camp is meeting new people. I've made a lot of friends so far. It's a real great experience here.
Bit too powerful. 1 second. Has another shot. Puts it up to end the game. Nails the three.
The crowd
Here is
goes
Shiner
wild.
for 3. Yes, look at this. Everyone coming over to congratulate.
Literally, ball in the air as the buzzer went off.
Do you have the chills? I have the chills.
I definitely
Look
got
at that.
the
I got the
chills.
goosebumps.
I really did too.
So a game that was 32-28, Lauren, quite a quarter for Lincoln leads. They put a 23-8 margin there. They lead by 19.
And it was a full collective team effort there. I think they made a run. And again, we talked about that locker room talk of you got to lock in after that halftime. We saw El Camino do pretty much their best run to this time. And Lincoln responded really well, and they responded with the contributing factors of everybody else on their team, and they got it naturally, organically within their offense. We saw high post cuts, we saw backdoor cuts, and then easy layups down the end.
Lindsay from 3 on the drive and kick.
Lindsay got his feet set. He looks really good as a shooter when he's locked in. That's his second 3 of the half.
Warren goes strong to the basket without hesitation. And Warren will get a couple of free throws. He just goes attack mode here.
Warren has really good length, too.
Yeah.
Really good length at 6'4", and he's a lanky 6'4", so his body and being able to get that contact on the arm really well there.
So you got Warren, Lindsay, Bryant, Fry, Navone, and Deloney for Lincoln, and then they get another steal. It's been a long second half for El Camino. Bryant Fry misses the run out, Rafiq, and he's fouled. Rafiq, Soto, Gutierrez, Hardy, and Newhouse for El Camino.
And this is a really good test for El Camino and how they can finish down the stretch. We talked about it earlier. Their 5 losses, really tough opponents and all being battle tested. They're going to jump back into league. They're in the Capital Athletic League, and they're going to come back and be able to really respond. This is a good non-conference matchup for El Camino, and a lot of their players are getting tested in positions that they haven't been in all season. And so once they get back some of those other pieces, this is going to be really good for El Camino.
So Salim Rafiq at the free throw line misses the first. They'll take on Rio Americano on Tuesday. And Lincoln, their next game, they'll play West on the 10th. Splits the free throws. But El Camino had a strong second quarter, but just haven't been able to maintain that. And there again, we've mentioned now they've got a number of players out, including their leading scorer. Rafiq had 15 at half, but he has cooled off in the second half. And the officials doing a little work, keeping a dry surface for our athletes. And we've got 3 more games today. We've got Edison of Stockton versus Capital Christian. Then a really good one, Elk Grove versus an undefeated Ponderosa. And then our 5 o'clock game will be Western Ranch versus Sheldon as Lindsay, another freshman, hits the corner 3.
Lindsay pops to that other side and is able to successfully hit that 3, and they got to get the ball across the court before they get another 10-second count.
Coach will lose it. Rafiq can't get the roll. And it's Lincoln basketball. Bryant Fry drive and kick over to Lindsey, the freshman. Showing a lot of confidence today. Him and Moore. A glue guy. Bryant Fry misses. Offensive rebound, Devone, and the putback is good.
Good hustle there by, again, the extra guys. Just doing the intangibles and taking advantage of their opportunities right now.
Lincoln might be a lot of things, but one thing they don't do, they don't stand around. Everybody's moving and getting after the basketball. A layup by Hardy. Freshman getting a little out of control. Donez, Lindsey. Bird checks back into the game along with Malara, as well as Gavin Martinez for Lincoln. Checking in is Robert Scott for El Camino. 65-39, 6-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Drive and kick to Bird, and it's a good player to throw a ball to if you want an assist.
Bird getting right off the bench, hitting the basket immediately.
And then a turnover. So you got a replay of that.
You see media
Watch
pressure.
the bench. Watch the bench reaction for the steal.
Everybody up in attention.
That's a good teammate right there. Bird, tip, pushed out, and there he is, on the spot. Alara with the long rebound.
Lefty.
They've got 3 lefties on this ball club. They've got Moore, they've got Bird, and Navone. They got 3 lefties. .30 lead for Lincoln. Long rebound, Navone. Delani misses.
And the Lincoln bench just excited. Everybody trying to get a bucket in this game. And I'm really proud of Coach Matthews for having his rotation the way he does. He definitely can still have his starters in. He definitely can blow the score out of control. But there hasn't been a lot of respect. I'm just going to say that in this season with how teams have been rotating and how they've been trying to run up the score. I get it, you guys have been out for a year, but we can always have respect for the game. So I really appreciate how Coach Anthony Matthews is rotating his guys, keeping all his guys in, really just center folding Bird's in right now, but the rest of those guys are getting some opportunities that they typically probably would not get at this point in the game.
And for El Camino, some guys getting an opportunity to start and get more playing time today. There's somebody in that group that earned a little bit more trust with Coach Rafiq today. Then there's some value added. And then the younger players like Mateen Rafiq, the sophomore, getting to play against some really good competition.
They wanted to see more aggressiveness right now. Soto been successful and got good size, but he's just going east and west and not north and south.
See, I think how do I describe that? And I said, you know what, I won't say anything because Lauren will get it succinctly, and you did.
And that was good defense by Hardy, sacrificing his body. Moore probably his first real mistake today.
So you got to appreciate Hardy down 30, sprint down on defense and take the charge.
And they got some of the guys working on the floor crew. So, double duty tonight.
Duct tape.
For El Camino.
Duct tape. Capable of a lot of things. You get some gyms, they don't have a towel, they don't have this, and you got all these guys going all over the court, and Capital Christian having things all set up. And you got 3 more games today here on NorCal Sports TV. We'll give you a graphic later. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/NorCal Sports TV. Rafiq, guarded by Holmes. He's a sophomore. So they've got some good upperclassmen, but they got some young players getting a chance with a lot of PT today. He might be double digits in floor burns today. Laura going to the basket, and he's fouled.
And he was thinking about the pass, but he also was like, hey, I can probably push this and get an opportunity to get to the basket. Good way of nobody stops you in transition. You go to the rack, and now that's the reason why he's at the free throw line.
So we're going to show that subscription graphic, Luis. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/NorCal Sports TV. We have a whole nother bunch of other games going on from Sanger High School. We do a lot of JC games. Don't charge you anything. It's an HD. I might be annoying, but Lauren will oversee my inabilities. That's the wrong graphic. We've got only 4 games going on today. Luis made a mistake. Thank goodness, because I've already made like 12, so that's good. We got to get that one out of the way. Our next game will be Edison against Capital Christian, and that'll be coming up about 15 to 20 minutes. But how do you find out about those games? You'll get a
there we
alert.
Go, Luis.
You'll get alert says, here's this game coming up on NorCal Sports TV.
And how do you get those alerts?
You
have to subscribe. It takes 2 seconds.
It
takes 2 seconds. Coaches, refs, everybody at home, you're watching the game right now. Go ahead and click the subscribe button right under it. You're probably watching this on your big screen TV at home, because that's what I would be doing if I wasn't watching the game right now. And we see Millara knocking in his first, but do not hesitate to go subscribe. If you love what we do, if you want to support us, that's all you have to do is click that subscribe button.
Goody said it. Get it done, please.
And I'm proud to see Millara getting 2 points and getting in on the scoreboard.
But we're watching the film as the team. There's 4 or 5 plays that he made today that this young man gets it.
Really impressive, and you can tell that he's that type of guy that does those intangibles. He does it free and willingly. You see him picking up the ball full court, and that was that part. Do you see how they jumped the screen? Really good job. If we could get that replay of that turnover, really good job of jumping and hedging the screen, and so that allowed them not to turn the basketball over, getting in the trap, and that's why they haven't been successful with turning the corner. Really good job by Lincoln in their defensive display today.
Braden Lovato in the game for Lincoln. Bird with the basketball. Step back 3. No good. Rebounded by Rafiq.
Try to get some contact on that last shot. But they got to get the ball up sooner and attack aggressively right now.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Bird's last shot of the day, unless they extend this possession without a dead ball. Nope. He'll get out in the run out here.
Millara, corner. Bird, big body.
One more shot. Going to San Diego State. I love that program. And West Coast men's basketball, college levels, blowing up this year, which is good to see. Foul going to the basket, but they'll call it on the floor. And Newhouse will go to the charity stripe.
And that's going to give Bird 22 tonight.
New players in, Holbert, Warren, and Deloney. But we had talked about at the beginning of the game of coaching your entire roster, and obviously El Camino missing a lot of players today. But Lincoln as well. They played, everybody's got a chance to get into the game, and they're going to press you. If you're the 13th guy or you're the first guy on the team, they're going to press you. And they've done that all game long. Newhouse with the free throw. This game was 32-28 at halftime. Before that, it was a 16-point lead by Lincoln. Turnover. Rafiq lays it up, assisted by Newhouse.
And Rafiq throwing in some more in his point total, but they definitely shut him down. Only 5 points for him in the second half, and that's really the difference maker. When you have a big quarter like you did, or big half essentially like you did in the first, Rafiq getting out, and that's just, I think, growing pains, right? He's a young player. He has a new role. He usually has a crew of young guys who assist him in the scoring, but you have to keep that consistent, and that's the good part about having games like this early is you get young guys getting the opportunity to get their skills tested in different positions, and now he'll learn from this game as he watches back.
Lovato with the free throw. 44-17, Lincoln has outscored El Camino here in the second half.
And Lincoln really impressive from the free throw line. Let me get some totals for you guys.
Rafiq with the basketball, hands it off to Newhouse. Kicks it over to Mateen Rafiq. Air ball kicked out. And Rafiq misses the layup. Lovato with the layup.
Lovato tried to get some rim on that one.
Now that one in film study could be some harassing. Well, not harassing. Don't want to use that word. Some teasing.
Oh, of course.
Holbert with the rebound.
You know, back in my day, I'm not going to sound too old, but, you know, you might get a hanger on your desk when you come into the next basketball meeting. And everybody trying to get a part of this offense from Lincoln right now.
So next game, we get that graphic up, Luis, is at 2 o'clock, Edison versus host Capital Christian here in the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Warren will inbound. We want to thank both these coaches in helping us prepare for this game, and hopefully it's reflected in the broadcast. A shimmy and a shake, but forgot the basketball. Rafiq still playing hard, and it's a held basketball. But then we got a timeout, and we'll keep it here. Let's get that graphic and talk about the rest of the games that we've got going on today here at Capital Christian. Edison versus Capital Christian at 3:30. Elk Grove versus Ponderosa, one of the best teams in the state, 14-0. And then Weston Ranch stepping in to take on Sheldon at 5 o'clock. All of those games will be live here on NorCal Sports TV.
That's some really good matchups. Two young teams going at it in the next one. Edison and Capital, coaches trying to get locked in, and then those other matchups as well. Ponderosa, a really sneak team. I'm not going to say I'm a wizard, but I've had the heads up on Ponderosa since last July. Ponderosa is a really good team, really well coached. I think they're going to be a sleeper throughout the section and going to have a really good season. And then Sheldon, really impressive. They're going to take on a Western Ranch team.
That three is short. Newhouse with the rebound. Under a minute left here to play, and Lincoln continues to play man-to-man defense and then draw the charge.
Good job. That's almost the third charge for Lincoln today. Really impressive of how they get in position defensively. That's where you have to be better as a player, have a more sense of do a stop and pop. You could have got an elbow jumper when you stop at that free throw line in that mid area. You see Newhouse right here. You got the release. Just do a floater. Just do a stop and pop. The defender is clearly sliding to get in position, ready to take a charge. Just do a little floater or a stop and pop, and when you stop on a jump stop, you have wings to swing the ball to, or you have a shot. You could even gave a shot fake to pass to one of those wings, and then that would have opened the lane up wide open.
You shot fake and lie? Lauren Goodman.
You gotta have a little bit in your bag, and that's, again, just new things, and it's all a difference of opinion where we avoid those things. I know coaches hate those drives where you just give up a charge, and that's coming from a former player who always picked up a charge every game.
So Riley, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, Theodore, drew that last charge. So again, and he's just a sophomore. So when your younger players are playing and they're not coming down and chucking up shots, they're making things happen on the defensive end. And Lauren, I know you well enough. That is what build and coach to player. It's about trust. And those things build trust with your coach.
But that's something Anthony Matthews has done really well. Got an opportunity to coach against him when he was on the girls' side. He's always been about building his program, even when he made that switch to the boys. I mean, our next coach as well did that switch from girls to boys, and you see the same style in their systems translate to what they expect of their boys' teams, and it's been a really good transition for them.
And Coach Matthews said something that was very interesting. He says, coaching the girls has made me a better boys basketball coach.
Amen to that, Coach.
I mean, just because I need to spend more time going over more things with the girls. They have asked questions, etc. Then they pick things up. Then I understood I need to step back a little bit and not assume that these guys know more than they do.
Coach, I mean, it kind of helped Coach be in a good position right now because girls are more system-based. We are smarter basketball players. And I say that because we have to rely on knowing the game more than athleticism. So if you can run a really good system, teach a girl how to follow those things and play really good fundamental basketball, she will be excellent. So when you take boys who are very athletic and who rely on athleticism more than being patient on the backdoor cut, getting in the right positions and taking charges, this is the same exact thing that he did at Bear Creek with his girls and the other teams that he coached prior, and that translates over. Basketball is basketball, no matter if it's girls or boys, but he got an opportunity to take his time and be patient with those girls, and you see that system rolling right over to Lincoln and the boys, and he's been successful in his 3 years being there.
I'm just going to say something right now. I mean, with working with Lauren, she gives a great perspective. I'm sorry, I can't give. And it's just that little moment that you explaining those things, which if I would have said probably get in trouble for. But you've been there, done that, and that was a great explanation of just the effectiveness of coaching and the transition of coaching either the boys or the girls. Fantastic, Lauren. And it's a big win for Lincoln as they win 81-45. And so they get their 11th win of the season. And they're playing their best basketball at the right time of the year. Is that middle part of January into beginning of January and propel yourself into February and March. So we'll close this one out. First, Lauren, give us the leading scorers for each team.
So for the visitors, El Camino, they were led by all scorers. Rafiq finished with 17. And for Lincoln, Miles Bird, the San Diego State commit, finished with 22.
Perfect. Well, let's wrap this one up. From Capital Christian High School, where Lincoln beat El Camino to win this opening game of the Battle for NorCal. You've been watching the Battle for NorCal on NorCal Sports TV, presented by the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Thanks to our crew, Jason Green, Jane Becerra, my broadcast partner, Lauren Goodman, and our director, Luis Rangel. I'm Chris Babcock in Sacramento. Good afternoon, and thanks for being on the show.